Hello to you all, and thank you for tuning in on my YouTube channel, Montaro Productions, as this week we're going to be remastering our Northern Footy Show and Yarra Junior Footy Show episodes. But today we're going to be looking at round 7 of 2015 for the Division 1 clash between Lower Plenty and Heidelberg. The week before, of course, the Bears went down to McLeod by 7 goals, while Heidelberg had been defeated by Montmorency by just 8 points. Going back in a little bit of the history, Lower Plenty were quite the newcomers at this point, winning the 2012 flag in Division 2 against Epping, while Heidelberg the year before went down to Greensborough in the grand final. Both teams were relatively in the middle of the pack and were sort of, well, in I guess the sense, sort of struggling a little bit. So this meant it was going to be a big game at the Montmorency Oval. I, of course, hosted the event with Matty Brown, and of course Courtney and Sasha will be on the episode also, featuring Nick Riddle from the Greensborough Footy Club, Player of the Week, and a brief segment on the Hurstbridge Footy Club featuring stars Braden Shaw and Blair Harvey. But let's not waste any time. Let's go back to 2015, round 7, the Northern Footy Show on Channel 31. Hello and welcome to the Northern Footy Show for another exciting week. We've got so much on the show. Welcome, Matty Brown.
It's been a big week in footy, mate. Can't wait to talk about it.
I bet you can't, mate. Glenn Roy, I know what you're talking about right there, mate. Obviously, we've got so much on the show. We've got Lower Plenty and Heidelberg match of the day. Player of the week is going to be Nick Riddle, top 3 players of the week, and much, much more. But we're going to start off first, top of the table, McLeod getting up right in the last, well, probably a couple of minutes against Northcote Park by 4 points.
Yeah, well, Nick Lynch kicking a goal late just to get them over the line was a fantastic effort. And, you know, as a McLeod supporter, you'd always want to have Nick Lynch with the ball in his hand.
Certainly, and they got Greensborough next week, so it's going to be a massive game of footy. Obviously, your old mob Bundoora, mate, they got about a 2-goal win over Eltham over the weekend.
Yeah, well, you throw Kent Delbridge in the mix, and all of a sudden they look a much better side. So once again, he played and they won.
Gary Moorcroft, I believe, kicked 7 goals as well, mate. He's nearly 40 and just keeps going, doesn't he?
He's getting better and better with age, so I can't wait to see how he fares in 2 or 3 years' time.
Certainly, obviously, West Preston Lakeside had a bit of a scare against North Heidelberg, getting up by 8 points. A couple of recruits there for North Heidelberg.
Yeah, North Heidelberg had Pickett and Burgoyne. It'd be handy if they had them every week, but it's good to see North Heidelberg trying something different and nearly pinching a win.
Yeah, they nearly did. They almost got there. And obviously the big one, Greensborough and Montmorency. Montmorency were quite disappointed because they beat Heidelberg the week before and then got done, Greensborough got up by 14 goals in the end. So
yeah, look, pretty easy win to Greensborough, and Montmorency just don't have that consistency this year that they've usually had.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we had the big one at Lower Plenty and Heidelberg. It was quite a big game because Heidelberg lost their last 3, of course. Lower Plenty lost their last 2, so it was a lot at stake, of course. Yeah,
with Harvey going out and making his retirement, it's quite interesting to see how Heidelberg would fare without him.
Yeah, very interesting story, Billy Harvey. We'll get to that a little bit later. Also, so Billy Barton's been out for Lower Plenty, so it's a big loss. Saw him yesterday.
Yeah, no, he's had shoulder surgery, which I don't think went too well, unfortunately. But it'd be good to see him back, but I don't think we'll see him back this year.
Yeah, it was a massive game. Let's go highlights of the first half. There, Heidelberg get the ball moving straight away, and a great grab. Oh, not paid by the umpire. A great tackle will follow up and holding the ball. So Gribben to put through his first goal and Heidelberg's first of the match. Directly in front, makes no mistake about it. Heidelberg are on the board. And they're away all across goal. This is a dangerous kick and a good mark. So Matt Barton here. He'll be on the left foot, so it's going to be a great kick from there. And well, that is a great kick off the boot. Lower Plenty are off the board. Darcy Barton goes into the forward half. Didn't quite catch Matt Barton there, but recovers well. Handballs it off. Kicks long now. And good mark in the pocket. Going to take a good kick from there. And great mark in the goal square. And she'll put it straight through, and he does. He's got players here into the pocket. Now gets the ball moving, kicks long up into the forward line once again. And that's a push out, surely. For his second goal of the match, Gribben, he kicked one earlier. And he's put this one straight through for another one to the Tigers. Good play. Oh, that was probably a bit high. Ducked his head possibly. Now Heidelberg, oh no, fumbled there, and I think that's holding the ball. It is. So a big chance here for Lower Plenty. Heath Ayres kicks long, great kick off the boot, and a goal. And no mark taken. And play on anyway, and Archer's going to put it through for the Tigers. Well, looks like another goal here to Lower Plenty. Great kick. Kennedy kicks out from fullback, looking for the big fellow, and takes it, Michael Finn. They get the ball moving quickly. They got players everywhere here, the Tigers. Into the pocket now. Kicks to the forward flank, and another great mark. He's been a real focal point up there. Gribben can line up for his third goal of the match. Kick 2 in the first quarter. Can this be number 3? Beautiful long kick off the boot, and makes no mistake about it. Finn gets a tap there. Kick quickly on that left foot, does Lobby, and another great mark. Puts through another goal to Heidelberg, Triola, and puts it straight through the middle. Tigers running away here in the second quarter. Arch now can go long into the forward line. Where are the leapers? Big leap, and it is. Gribben, great mark. For his 4th goal of the match. He's had a great start to this game. So he can put this one straight through, and has done just that. Now the Tigers are away, playing a lot better in this second quarter. No free kick paid there. Heidelberg way once again. Going to that left foot, does Bauer. And another great mark. So Young to put through another one to the Tigers, and he's done that. Another goal.
What do you want?
Heath Ayres now looking for the lead. And, he couldn't quite hang on there, but recovers well, gives it off to Monga, and he puts it through. Great play to the Bears. So it's half time here, and Heidelberg leading by 10 points. Division 2 was quite interesting. Your mate Ferrero, Thomastown Footy Club, kicking 7 10-point winners over Diamond Creek.
Yeah, no, it's Sunday mornings. One of the first things I look at is Thomastown's results to see how the Bundoora boys are faring, and it's good to see Matty Ferraro, playing with confidence, and he's just dominating Division 2, which is good to see.
Well, look at the size of him, mate. He's like an old Dominic Berry. I remember played a bit of Epping Footy Club. Look at the size of him. Who's going to stop him, mate?
Nah, no one's going to stop him, mate.
Whittlesey had a big win, of course, over Patton Hill. I think it might have been 70 points in the end.
Yeah, Whittlesey just starting to hit their straps and get a bit of consistency in their game, which is good to see.
Also had a very impressive win over Fitzroy Stars, and Laylaw being extremely impressive this season.
Yeah, well, they've got Kingy down there leading from the front, and with Kingy as your leader, they're always going to be a good side.
Yeah, it was a great win. Congratulations, Laylaw Footy Club. Obviously, Hurstbridge, big news down there. Blair Harvey, of course, just so interesting. Like 1 minute he announced your retirement, there he's going to Hurstbridge, gets the best on ground. What's going on, mate?
Oh, mate, something must have happened on Friday because he was retired in the morning and then he was at Hurstbridge in the afternoon and best on ground on Saturday. So great effort for him, and that's a big get for Hurstbridge Footy Club because being such a young side, they will benefit greatly from having him down there.
Absolutely. It doesn't mean he's not coming on the Northern Footy Show to talk one-on-one. It's still going to happen. But Kim Wilson managed to cover this story at the Hurstbridge Footy Club yesterday.
Congratulations, mate. Talk us through the quarters.
Yeah, we set the tone early inside that first 5 minutes. Our midfielders really sort of put their hands up in their ability to win the contested ball and just sort of work real hard both ends of the ground and put Myrna under pressure. And there was so many inside forward injuries due to our on-ballers and their great work around the stoppages.
And then into the second?
Into the second quarter, we spoke about it. It's quarter time. We need to maintain that intensity. I think our half-backs, just the run and creativity we got from our half-back line and be able to run and carry the football and our ability to switch the football, give us so many entries inside 50, and again, able to capitalise on those entries.
And after the break,
Our third quarter again, I think our mids and our half-backs were fantastic. Just the forwards might have let us down a little bit, kicking 4 goals, 12 in that third quarter. Turned the game around the other way, and it sort of goes from a 17-goal win to a 25, 26-goal win.
and then into the last.
Last quarter, we grounded it really well. We knew they were going to probably play a bit more of a defensive sort of game, dropping numbers behind the football. But I thought our guys' patience and our work rate just didn't waver for the rest of the day, so it was great.
And better players for the day.
Blair Harvey, for his first game at the club, he couldn't put a foot wrong. His ability, real leader out there, his decision making, his disposal, something we've probably been lacking. Just a guy who's got plenty of poise and real clean when he has the ball in hands. Tommy Simpson again was fantastic. I thought Tyron Loader played a really good game. Braden Shaw again was really good, and Chrissy Burton put his hand up as well to kick 6 goals.
Northern Footy Show, Yarra Junior Footy Show Days remastered right here at Montaro Productions on our YouTube channel. Just remembering as well, my services are still available. I do still film. Obviously, times have changed a little bit since then, so obviously I'm doing now a lot of marketing as well. So if you'd like me to market your brand, of course I can do that. I can film, I can host, we can do all these sort of things. Just head to Montaro Productions on my Facebook channel and just send me an inbox or just comment on the page, and I'll surely be able to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Now, back here, of course, we're going back to round 7, Northern Footy Show on Channel 31, where Lower Plenty were taking on Heidelberg. Now, let's go back to the, myself and Matty Brown, we're going to be featuring the second half of this game. So thank you once again, Kim Wilson, covering that story. Very much appreciated, buddy. Obviously, it's going to be a big second half out at Lower Plenty Heidelberg.
Yeah, it's a tight contest, and I reckon it'll go right down to the wire.
I think it will too. Let's go to the second half highlights.
We now rejoin the action in the final quarter, and it's Heidelberg by 3 goals. The big fellow there gives it off. And big long kick to Duckworth, and this is going to carry and it's made that distance. Great goal to Duckworth. Goes long up into the forward line. The big fellow there, Archer, did well. Handballs it off straight away. And a great pass straight into the arms. Hodgkin now can put through goal. Heidelberg's first for the third quarter if he can convert here. And it's a bit wobbly, but it's quite effective. Another goal of the Tigers. Patrick Flynn, good tap off to Ayres. It was a bit high there, not paid. Snaps onto the right foot. And has it carried? Yes, it has. What a goal. Good mark. And let's see if he can put this one through for the Tigers. Going to take a big kick from there. And it's a goal, but umpire's called a free kick. Oleski goes into the forward line. No mark taken. Where are the Crummers? Kicks quickly onto that right foot. Oh, another great tackle there on Duckworth. Oh, umpire's called a free kick, and it's throwing the ball. You need to get on with this quickly to bring the margin back to 4 points, and quickly snaps it through, and game on here at Montmorency Oval. Lower Plenty, you'd have to say, would have one last chance, and it's all Jason Kennedy here who likes to play on straight away into the pocket. Oh, a bit of a mismark there. You'd have to say the Bears have got one last opportunity inside probably the last minute now. Needs to get the ball moving quickly. Des Morris goes now long, looking for the big fellow Darcy, and pulls in a spectacular mark again. He's had a great game, can move the ball quickly up into the goal square. No free kick played, and the siren has gone.
So it was an absolute thrilling game of footy. Heidelberg just getting over the line. One thing I probably do remember during that time is that I think it looked like there possibly could have been a free kick at the end, and there was a bit of a crowd uproar, and they wanted to complain and all the rest. So at that time I remember just talking to my my team, Sasha and Courtney, just saying don't talk about the umpiring today and all the rest. So I thought it was that's one thing we sort of left out. I think at that time, you know, the Northern Footy Show the Northern Footy League had a bit of this sort of paranoia thing from the year before, which I'll go into on another episode. But at that time, it was kind of, you know, always had to be good publicity and be positive and all the rest. So it was certainly was a great game of footy. Congratulations, of course, to the Heidelberg Footy Club winning that close battle. Now, of course, after the match, Sasha managed to catch up with Jason Kennedy.
I'm here with Jason. Congratulations on the win. It was pretty close in the last quarter. How did you guys feel about that one?
Yeah, we've had a few too many close games so far this year. At least we're on the right side of it. But it's more about the corner for us. We've been playing pretty ordinary the last couple of weeks, last three, probably last month.
So this is the first win after a few weeks, isn't it, from home games?
Yeah,
so
a couple at home, which we haven't done. That's right, yeah.
Yep.
And lower's never an easy one. Hasn't been for us for the last 5 years. So, no, good to get a win.
Yeah, no, it looks like you guys came out really well in the first quarter, but then they obviously picked up the pace. What was said at half time?
Half time, it's probably just more of a, like we said, we just wanted to play a certain way rather than worry about the scoreboard. But yeah, we felt we almost about to break the game, I suppose, getting enough shots. We just weren't kicking goals, we were kicking points instead. So.
And next week you've got Eltham.
Yes.
So that's they're just above you guys at the moment, I think. So is that going to be a tough one to? Yeah.
Big the big forward there's kicking a bag every week from what I read. So. No, they're got a couple of good mates at Eltham, so and they're going well, which they deserve to. They've been down for a little while, so all the best to them. And but hopefully. Doesn't work out from next week.
No, well, good luck and thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
So in the end, thanks Jason Kennedy coming on Northern Footy Show. I did tell Matty you said hello too, mate. So great bloke, isn't he, Jace?
Oh, he's a legend. There's not a bloke in the comp that wouldn't like Jace Kennedy. Yeah. That's off the field, that is. On the field, he is an absolute pain in the arse.
Yeah, probably wouldn't want to be playing like against him, mate, on the field. But after the match, also Paul Cinderello, we managed to get on the show, and Courtney managed to speak to him after the game. Well, at the time, there was no Lower Plenty player we could get to come out onto the field at that time. Obviously, a close loss. It's a crucial game of footy. At that time of the year, it was quite crucial. But I managed to get Paul Cinderello, who was one of the assistant coaches at the time. And obviously, it's 3 years on, but I do thank you for coming on the Northern Footy Show, Paul. And let's check out the interview featuring Courtney.
It's looking very, very close. You were 2 goals down. At the end of the third quarter, you were just outside your forward 50. How are you feeling then?
Yeah, we thought we were moving the ball pretty well. So once we got it into our sort of forward, the basic theory today was just trying to lock it in. So once we're just trying to lock it in, hopefully hit the scoreboard and put the pressure back on them. We had a couple of misses, which we thought we would have scored, but we didn't. So yeah, that's just the way it rolled. So
how are you feeling going into next week?
Yeah, we're pretty confident. Well, look, we think we've turned it around. We sort of had a couple of weeks where we sort of had a bad patch, but today the boys showed a lot, which was good. So the signs are positive. We get a few back next week, which also helps, and it's tough at the moment. Like, you're trying to keep a healthy list. If the list is not healthy, this is what happens. Hopefully you bring blokes up and they perform, which they did today, which was good.
So how many players did you have out today?
We had a couple out today, so yeah, they come back through the twos, so they played well and got a run under their belt. So hopefully next week they'll come back in and we start looking at putting wins back on the board.
So who do you think were some of your better players today?
Yeah, well, it was good today. We had Doug Morris, who performed pretty well through the centre. Vasilevsky again, he performed pretty well. Through the backs, Tommy Keys was pretty good, Cam Elmore. So it was good. Like, Darcy performed pretty well up forward. Young Duma on the wing went pretty well. So we're pretty happy right across the board with our players. Most of them brought their intensity and they performed pretty well. So yeah, it was just a bit of bad luck today.
Yeah, so next week against West Preston, how are we feeling going into that? Are we going to have any changes in the players or?
Look, there could be 2 or 3 changes, but hopefully we bring what we brought today to the table, and if we do that, it'll be pretty positive, and that's all we can ask for the guys. So yeah, fantastic.
Excellent. Well, good luck for next week, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Our Play of the Week segment was something that was I don't believe had really been done in any other competition. If you're going back to 2012 when we first began, I don't think there was such a thing of Player of the Week. I think after we sort of developed it, the Northern Footy League would bring in, I think, a captain series to sort of maybe go, you know, alongside the Player of the Week. But I thought the Player of the Week was something quite successful. I had it in 2012, and I think I took it away for the 2013 season, but I thought 2015 I thought was great to bring Player of the Week, head down to the club, speak to these players individually, which really you don't really see anymore. You know, not just the Northern Footy League, but I don't think you see it in really any local competitions. So I thought at the time it was quite unique to be able to go to a club, grab a player after training, interview about, you know, his personal experience, you know, what he goes through at the club and all the rest. And this week, of course, it featured Greensborough's Nick Riddle that I managed to catch up with. So thank you, Paul Cinderella, coming on the Northern Footy Show. Lowell Plenty now. Of course, they play right here at J.E. Moore Park, and they'll be taking on West Preston Lakeside. Who's your tip, mate?
I'm going to have to say West Preston, you know, for the simple fact that Vinny's not coaching them, so it seems like they've lost a bit of leadership along the way. So West Preston for mine.
West Preston definitely for mine as well. This week's Player of the Week caught up with Nick Riddle from the Greensborough Footy Club, mate. Certainly our show inspired the team to get up a big win over Montmorency, mate.
Oh, Nick Riddle's a good player. You know, Greensborough are very lucky to have him, so yeah, well done to them.
Yeah, I'll just have to say as well, he wanted me to quickly do the interview, maybe, because the team was coming in the club room and said, can we just get this over with quick? So maybe that's worth another couple of buck fine there. As Nick Riddle's our Player of the Week. So last week, obviously a big win against Bundoora. 7 goals up, you got the points in the end. Obviously maybe a bit of from the week before against Heidelberg, massive win against Heidelberg. So
yeah.
Impressive form so far.
Yeah, we had a good start. First half was really good. Got out to a 7 or 8 goal lead at half time. But yeah, probably didn't finish as well as we'd liked. But yeah, we got the win on the weekend, which was good. Bundoora is always hard.
Yeah, they're always difficult. Obviously, going back to round 1 against Altham, you know, obviously it was there that day. It was a absolutely massive game. One day you guys were just, you know, on so much, just fire, mate. How did you go in round 1?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was we unfurled the flag for the 2014 season, so it was a big day for the club. And playing Good Friday was good. We had a good crowd, so no, it was good. And nerves were up round 1, so it's pretty exciting starting out the campaign again for 2015. But nah, it was a big day and good. It was good to get a win, and the Greensborough Altham's always a good rivalry, so that was spot on.
Just with your own form, how have you been? Like, obviously been playing great this season so far. How have you sort of been? How'd you go during the pre-season and week by week? How you been feeling?
Yeah, no, surprisingly not too bad. Pre-season wise, I got through pretty well. Did most sessions, and then our form's been not too bad. Nothing to bang home about, but no, it's good they're on top. Yeah, I had a few weeks off, went to Bali for 2 weeks, which didn't go down too well, so but I'm back now. I'll
tell you one thing, mate, only the stars get on Player of the Week, mate, so you've been playing really great footy. Yeah. Obviously this week's going to be a big game as well.
Yeah, we got Montmorency at home, so that's always a good rivalry. They're only around the corner, so that's always good. It's a bit like Carlton Collingwood sort of thing, so hopefully it doesn't rain too much in the Oval, it doesn't get too ruined, but should be good game. They're coming off a good win against Heidelberg, so should be.
Yeah, I was just about to say that also, this competition has become so even. Are you quite surprised about that, or did you sort of suspect it was going to be like this season?
Yeah, well, I probably didn't expect it. It's been interesting so far. Like, I remember looking at the ladder 2 weeks ago, there was probably 5 or so teams that were all sitting on the same points in, I think, equal second. So anyone, I think, could beat anyone on their day. But yeah, just got to get lucky really at the moment. It's a bit up and down. It hasn't really settled. So yeah, you don't really know what to do. Like each week going to a game, and come Saturday, anything can really happen. So
yeah, I was also about to mention Reece Boyden, who he's been playing quite well. You had Tim Bonjetti. I reckon he sort of overshadowed a little bit last season by Tim Bonjetti, was star Bonjetti. But now he seems to have really lifted his. You know, he's really just taking initiative and really doing great. He's kicked I think 21 goals or something this season. So he's doing a great job.
He's playing a really good footy. The last 2 weeks have been really good. I think he's kicked 13 in 2 weeks. So he's up and flying, big Royce. So it's good. But yeah, with Bongo, he probably did play the second string forward, which is probably hard for him. Probably didn't look to him as much as we did. A bit Boydo conscious last year, Bongo conscious. So it's good to have Big Royce, and even Grub up there is flying. So it's good.
I just want to mention also, obviously changed the coach this season. How's Ben Turner been going so far this season? Obviously, it's a big transition over. Some people think, you know, how's it going to go this year with a new coach? How have you gone about this?
It's been really good. I had obviously Heidi last year. Everyone knows Heidi's a good coach, but Benny come in, real passionate. He's a young fella. He's played his footy at the club, and he's coached here I think he coached the 19s for 7 or 8 years. So he's been around for a while. He's done his apprenticeship, so he's he's really good and everyone gets along with him. He's played with a lot of the boys and coached a lot of the young fellas, so everyone sort of gets along with him really well.
Yeah, I probably didn't get along with Benny back in the day. If you probably speak to him, mate, I played juniors at Keon Park. It used to be a big rivalry, Greensboro, Keon Park, but it certainly is a great bloke. I just want to also mention this fine business, mate. This has been going around a lot. What's going on with all this big fine stuff?
I think most clubs do it now. It's sort of to get a bit of a kiddie going for the end of the year. But we have a dartboard system, so the bad fines get a dart and each number on the dartboard is just different fines. So yeah, you don't really want to be doing that. But I think I got that one this week. Gave away 50 on Saturday, so 50's automatic darts.
So play of the week, what's that going to cost you, mate?
Probably a couple of bucks. Definitely a few dollars and probably another dart, which would be fun.
Mate, well, before the boys rock up, I'm just going to say thanks for coming on Northern Footy Show. Play of the week, Nick.
Thanks,
well
mate.
done and good luck
Cheers.
this week
Thank
against
you.
Monty. So Plays of the Day was quite... I felt was quite a unique segment. Once again, I can't recall if I brought that out in 2012, but I don't really believe anyone else was really doing it at the time. I think I think the Northern Footy League caught on later on and started doing, I don't think it was Plays of the Week, so it might have been top 5 plays or whatever else it was. I think at the time, I kind of can't recall, you'll probably see it on the episode, but I think we had, it might have been just plays of the day and all the rest. So I thought that was quite an exciting time. Getting that sort of music going at the end and showing the great highlights that featured on the day. So this is a segment right here, and take a look at it. You know what's coming up next, mate? Our top 3 plays of the week. In our top 3 plays of the week, mate, and we've got a bit of a drum roll here because I think we've got some good news, mate. Matty Brown, Glenroy Footy Club, how'd we go?
Yeah, we had a 40-point win over Oak Park, which was great news. Absolutely great to get a win on the board.
I'm so pleased, mate, that you've brought the club's good form onto the Northern Footy Show, mate. So obviously it was a great win. How'd you play yourself?
You got a couple of kicks. I got one in the leg, one in the shoulder, and other than that, it was a good win.
Good win. Obviously some bruises and the 4 points, mate. Well, good luck getting next week, and thanks once again being the co-host of the Northern Footy Show. Going to be another big episode next week, mate.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week, mate.
We hope you all enjoy the Northern Footy Show. Future of local footies. Bye for now. So that's all we pretty much had time for. The episodes would usually run for about 25 minutes on Channel 31, which I think would allow about 5 minutes for commercials. So, generally how long it would take to sort of get these episodes done was anywhere between 4 to 6 hours. Once again, I think a lot of work and time. The budget was basically non-existent to complete minimal. So to really be able to get these shows up and running every week, the hours are put in was really extraordinary. And I think that's once again one of the reasons why I did want to bring back the Northern Footy Show and remaster this, just to show exactly what was, how much we did achieve with such a minimal to basically nothing sort of a budget. So it was great, and I'm glad to bring all this to you. That's all we pretty much have time for. Remember, if you need my services, I do film, I do marketing, so head to my YouTube channel. Of course, you may write a comment below what you thought about the episode, and you can also head to Montaro Productions on Facebook and Twitter. So if you need any of my services, go there. If you've got any questions, please head there as well. I look forward to bringing you another episode next week on the Northern Footy Show. Remastered Yarra Junior Footy Show, of course, will be later on, right on our YouTube channel, Montaro Productions. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.